Thank you so much for this award. I wish I could be there in person, but my wife and I are expecting our first baby, and she could go into labor at any moment. So I want to dedicate this award to both of them. Pau y Amalia, las amo. And being recognized for my work in defense of immigrants at a time when immigration is under attack makes me feel so many conflicting emotions. And I will use a soccer analogy to try to explain how I feel. In 2018, Panama qualified for the first time in history to the FIFA World Cup. This was an incredible and once unimaginable achievement for the country. In the first round of the tournament, Panama faced Belgium and they lost. They faced Tunisia and they lost. Then they faced England, and guess what happened? They were losing 6-0 with only 10 minutes left to play when suddenly a magical moment happened. Panama scored their first goal ever in a World Cup. The Panamanian players, fans and commentators, they celebrated the goal as if they had become world champions. They were jumping in excitement, hugging each other, and some were even crying. It is by far one of my favorite moments in the history of soccer. Now, to the untrained eye, it might be impossible to understand why would they celebrate if they lost that game and finished last place in the World Cup. But for Panama, scoring that first goal represented a moment of pure joy because they had achieved something that for so long seemed impossible. They were playing against the best players in the world, in the most prestigious tournament, before the eyes of millions of spectators all around the globe. So that goal and that team became a source of inspiration for everyone back in Panama. I tell you this story because when I received a phone call from Cornell notifying me that I would receive an award in recognition for my work in defense of immigrants, I felt elated. I started jumping in excitement. I hugged my wife. I called my parents. We opened a bottle of sparkling wine, cooked a delicious dinner, and went to bed with a smile on my face. The following morning, after the adrenaline rush had passed, I reflected. What is there to celebrate? Immigrants have more rights and were treated with more dignity back in 2016 when I moved to the United States. The perception and rhetoric around immigration have only deteriorated since I became an immigration advocate. Then why the hell am I celebrating? So I pondered those questions for many weeks, and I realized that this award is the equivalent of my first goal in the World Cup. To the untrained eye, it might seem that as an immigration advocate, I am against the ropes with no chance of winning the game. But this award showed me that our work is not going unnoticed. This recognition is a goal that might not win the game for the movement, but it is one that hopefully will inspire others to defend immigrants in the country. This moment is the biggest honor of my career so far. Receiving an award surrounded by some of the most renowned public interest lawyers in the country from one of the most prestigious law schools in the world, after being nominated by friends, colleagues, and professors I admire deeply, I honestly have no words to describe it. If that is not a reason to celebrate as if I had won the World Cup, I don't know what is. And personally, this award motivates me to continue working in defense of immigration in the United States. And I hope it inspires others to join forces. Some of us had the privilege of migrating to this country because we wanted to pursue our academic and professional goals, while others had no choice but to leave their home countries to reunite with their families or seek refuge in the United States. But regardless of why we migrate, all of us are here to contribute to the prosperity of this country. Now, the immigration prospects for the next years will be challenging, but I will not rest until I see a reform that protects all the immigrants who make the United States a great country. It's impossible to do it alone, but if you join me in solidarity, then we can play together until we score the winning goal. Now, thanks a million to the friends and colleagues who nominated me. Thank you very much to the National Immigration Forum for being an amazing organization that has allowed me to grow professionally and personally. And finally, thanks to the faculty who honored me with this award.